Hey everybody, this is Millionaire Producer School. My name is Charles Specht here at permissiongroup.com, and I thank you for taking a look at this video because it is specifically set up and designed for insurance producers who maybe are struggling a little bit to actually get more clients. So what we're going to be teaching you here in this particular course is how to stop offering quotes, how to build $1 million book of business, how to get your prospects to look at you as the obvious choice going forward, and how to get signatures on broker of record letters, because broker of record letters is the fastest, most ethical approach to building a $1 million book of business. And so I actually offer this course to each and every one of my one-on-one coaching clients, but it can also be purchased as a standalone digital course. So this insurance course, this video series, this curriculum and PDF course is actually set up for insurance producers who are simply trying to figure out a better approach, want to be maybe a little bit more strategic in how they actually do their prospecting, to get more clients, to build their book of business to $1 million or more, to not actually have to offer quotes anymore, to stop that business, and to get their clients to sign the broker of record letter so that they can get more clients over the course of time without actually having to go through the process of offering quotes. There's a villain in the room. The villain is the quoting mindset of the entire insurance industry. Your prospects most likely think that the best way to get the policy for the cheapest price is just to get a whole bunch of agents involved and all of them to throw together quotes. I want to tell you that there's a better way in which to actually do this, but that's the mentality of most insurance buyers out there. They have this idea that they just need to get more quotes. I'm going to teach you to stop that. Okay, because here's the actual issue, that by going through the quoting process, you're wasting a lot of time each day, each week, each month, every year, your entire insurance career. You're burning your relationships with your underwriters. It's actually not even in the insured's best interest. But this villain in the room, this quoting mindset, is a killer to every single insurance producer out there, except for those who are more strategic and actually have a process to be looked at by the insurance buyer as the obvious choice going forward. And so what I'm going to teach you in this course and my coaching and this curriculum is how to not go down that process of offering quotes, but instead to be looked at as your prospect as the obvious choice to be granted exclusivity with a signature on a broker of record letter. When I first got in the industry back in the year 2000, I worked for a good agency. I did mostly subcontractors, and for about a year and a half, I wrote a number of clients, right around 35 clients or so, built about $135,000 of commission, and it was a good year, but I spent a lot of time offering quotes, and I did not get a lot of business compared to what I actually did get. So I was there for about a year and a half. I eventually went to work for a larger firm called Arthur J. Gallagher, and it was there at Gallagher that my eyes were opened a little bit to actually see how consultative sales can take place. And so I began to look at myself in the mirror and try to figure out what value I offered to my typical prospect. What would I offer to them that they actually wanted to see? What value could I give them over the course of time in regards to services, in regards to products, so that they would choose me as their agent rather than the incumbent or somebody else? And when I started to get more strategic in what I actually did, I was awarded the business a lot more often. In fact, I did about $350,000 of commission in that first year at Arthur J. Gallagher. Over the course of time, I built my book of business up to about $1 million. I eventually sold out of the insurance brokerage side of the business and set up a consulting company. I began working directly with insurance buyers. So the insurance buyers would hire me to help them increase their sales and decrease their expenses, but also to manage their loss control, risk management, and their entire insurance portfolio. And so I began working with these individual agents, and I began to notice that they were themselves kind of struggling. They didn't know what value they offered to the individual business owner, and when one of these agents would contact my client to ask whether or not they could offer a quote, they really didn't have any kind of value proposition that would cause my client to actually say, yes, let's go ahead and get a quote. And so I began working with these agents and trying to help them establish themselves a little bit more. And over the course of time, made a bit of a pivot in my consulting practice where even now today, I work 100% exclusively with insurance agents across the country and insurance agencies to help their agents get more niche focused, figure out their value proposition, figure out a strategy and a game plan going forward in order to be awarded the exclusivity with the signed broker of record letter. And so if that's you, stay tuned, there's more to learn. Insurance sales doesn't have to feel like brain surgery, but at certain times it can be rocket science. You have to actually go at it with more of just a throwing mud against the wall to see what sticks mindset. We have to be more professional than that. There has to be a game plan going forward. Every single thing that you do, whether it's a cold call or an email or a social media message, if you're walking into a prospect's place of business, there has to be a goal. What is the very reason that you're doing every single thing that you're doing? And that's what I put together here in the curriculum of this course. I'm giving you a game plan, a map on what to do sequence by sequence, step by step, so that over the course of time, the insurer is going to see you as the obvious choice going forward. And when you offer the broker of record letter for them to sign, they're going to sign it. And so we're going to talk about a number of different things in the individual modules. We're going to talk about the foundation of your calendar, what you're doing on a daily basis, and if you're time blocking correctly in order to actually prospect. We're going to be focusing on your niche, what type of prospects you're going to go over. We're going to be actually working through some exercises on figuring out what's going to be the best niche for you in your specific geographic area, what markets you actually have access to. Are those prospects going to be large enough to actually earn enough commission to get you to the point where you want to be? We're going to be talking a lot about mindset. It's really one of the biggest issues that insurance agencies deal with is the mindset about how to 10x themselves in regards to the size of the account that they go after going forward. There's really not a lot of extra information that needs to be done to go after an account that generates $2,500 of commission versus $22,000 of commission. It's the same loss runs, everything else, but it requires a significant change in mindset to begin prospecting those larger accounts. So we're going to be talking about that. We're going to be focused on the step-by-step process of what you need to do every time you sit down with a prospect in an appointment or a phone call on working through this process so that when you get to that point of actually asking for the business, you're going to be able to set that piece of paper on their desk and say, sign this piece of paper, and it would cause me then to take over your policy and begin servicing your account the way that you have already described that you want to be serviced. So we're going to give you that step-by-step process. I'm going to be giving you a brochure as well as a timeline of services that you can actually sculpt for each of your prospects in your niche, that after all is said and done, when you put all of these things together, you are going to be awarded the signature on your broker of record letter more often than not. It is going to significantly propel you to begin building your book of business to $1 million or more by just doing these simple steps in this particular course. One of the main things that I see insurance agents not do is actually ask for the business. And so that's what I'm doing right now. I want you to buy this course. I want you to hire me, one-on-one coaching, because your career is too important. You need to actually make a choice. You need to move forward. You can't just stay where you're at. You actually have to buy now. So click the button and buy the course and get immediate access to the curriculum, the videos, and start implementing it so that you can have your first BOR in hand in the first week or two. Contact me to start talking about what it is that I can actually do for you in regards to coaching. But you actually have to ask. You have to act. You have to actually take the next step. Because what if you don't? What if you just continue down the process in which you've been going? You're going to end up with the same results. You're not going to have $1 million book of business. You're going to be going and just throwing mud against the wall to see what sticks. You're not going to be looked at as your prospects, as the obvious choice going forward. Your wheels are going to be spinning. You're going to be wondering what to do. It's because you didn't actually pull the trigger. You didn't move forward. You didn't ask for the business. You didn't purchase the course. You didn't hire me to help you figure out what you need to do. I want to actually help you put together a process so that you can get to that next level. But you actually have to decide now, click the button, purchase the course, sign up so that we can begin coaching one-on-one to get you to that next level. When we get to that next level, you're going to have the process. You're going to begin working through the curriculum. You're going to have a step-by-step process in which you can earn more clients. I recently got finished working with a new client, just 30-day individual one-on-one coaching. And it was an agent who's been in the business for a couple of years, and he was doing pretty good. He had a lot of activity. He was working on 17 different accounts for the last quarter, but he only got one out of 17. He was just out there doing a whole lot, trying to quote, but he only got 1 out of 17. So I began working with him, and actually in the first 20 days of implementing the system, began working with him on his prospects about what to say, what not to say, what to offer. He received signatures on 4 broker of record letters from prospects he began working on. So those were 4 new clients. Those 4 clients on the policies that he BOR'd over equated about $35,000 of commission. So that's 35 grand of commission that he got in 1 month. Imagine if you start doing that on a month-to-month basis. What can you get in a quarter? What can you get in a year? What can you build over the course of your career by just focusing on exclusivity rather than just throwing mud against the wall? That's what I'm going to teach you in this course. You're going to be able to build your book of business to $1 million. You're going to be able to not have to go down that quoting process. You're going to find more fulfillment in your insurance career, but you actually have to take the step. If you don't, you're going to be stuck in mediocrity, doing the same thing you've always been doing, but you're worth more than that. You just need to actually take the next step. So contact me and you can get access, immediate access to this course, either by yourself as you do it on your own time, or begin working with me 24/7 over the course of 30, 60, or 90 days with one-on-one coaching, and it's going to really propel you to the next level. Again, my name is Charles Specht. I'm with PermissionGroup.com. This is the Millionaire Producer School. I look forward to working with you very, very soon.